Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pop Culture Reacts. As we are back with our favourite Swedes, Sabaton, and their take on Lawrence of Arabia.
I'm just
You're gonna say you've got better, more favourite Swedes?
Freddie Ljungberg.
Ooh,
I don't know
ooh,
why, because I wasn't like an Arsenal fan, but I always quite liked Freddie Ljungberg. I liked the way he played and kind of the air he had about him. I was also quite a fan of Henrik Larsson as well. So, but
that
yeah,
did
like no
sour on
offense,
me when
no
he went to
offense to
Man U.
Sabaton, but there's just there's been some great Swedish footballers that I've vibed with along the way.
So yes, as I said, we are doing their Lawrence of Arabia inspired Seven Pillars of Wisdom.
Chris has assured me it is shorter than the movie, so this won't be a 4.5 hour reaction.
Yes,
Saying
it is
that, I
not.
can't remember. I can't remember how long it's long. That's what I
Um,
remember. And again, I like it. I like the movie. It is long though. Like, I don't think it's that. That for me is a 3-parter. I need I need at least 2 fag breaks in the middle of that movie. Yeah.
Yes. So obviously we have played with Sabaton a few times.
Yeah.
To mixed
Still
results
my
for you.
favorite. Yeah, my favorite's Christmas treat. I think that is just a beautiful and a beautiful telling of history, but also just such a fantastic song. And I think I said it at the time. I think it's a travesty that it doesn't get bandied about more in the Christmas song pantheon. Like and I know some Christmas songs are for different things. They're jolly, ha ha ha. But
Yeah.
um, I'm just sickened that it's never been on a Christmas album that like I've ever seen. So I think it's great. But yeah, sometimes I've really vibed with them. Sometimes I don't think I've ever gone lower than eh. Like I don't think I've ever disliked a song of theirs,
Mm,
but I've not always kind of loved it as much as you have.
yes. So shall we go off to the sands of the Arabias?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, let's do this. You're not lying, this sand.
But you knew there was going to be sand.
Oh, yeah. Could have been a very artistic rendition of Lawrence of Arabia.
Where?
Far from home, a man with a mission. In the heat of the glistening sun, in the heart of ancient tradition, this man's journey has only begun. Lead the charge, a raider has entered the battlefield. Sabotage, the game is about to unfold. As the darkness falls and Arabia calls, one may spreads his wings as the battle begins. May the land lay claim unto Lawrence name. 7 pillars of wisdom lights the flame. Our goals to gain independence. Hide and seek hunters hot to the trail. Join the ranks, obtain their acceptance. Side by side, raid the Ottoman rail. Lead the charge, Medina, Medina, stood to lose? Who did the dying? Betrayal or trust from within? Or compelled? The pillars of wisdom can tell. Back home where a new life awaits. Whispers of past, the sands of Arabia calling. As the darkness falls and Arabia calls, thunder spreads his wings as the battle begins. May the land lay claim unto Lawrence name. Seven pillars of wisdom lights the flame. As the darkness falls and Arabia calls, thunder spreads his wings as the battle begins. May the land lay claim unto Lawrence name. Seven pillars of wisdom lights the flame.
Is it to be continued?
I don't know. I have not followed the latest Sabaton video run from the new album, so I don't know for sure. But I would imagine that they probably will have another video that follows this, because I think they did or are doing videos for pretty much every song on this album.
Yeah. It's clearly
So
something they like, isn't it? They clearly
yeah,
like that kind of side of it, and good on them because I think they, I'm not gonna sort of jump and go, this is peak Ramstein video kind of levels or effort, but I think certainly you can see that they want to make videos and they like making videos, and that they're willing to convince someone, their record company or self-funded, to give them enough money to do what they want to do with the video. But yeah, good on them for
and
that.
and this the thing is, like, we've seen the Christmas Truce video with that one because it's the same album as this.
Yeah,
They try and do them as correct to the time period and the subject of which war or character or person from war
yeah.
that they are dealing with. Um, so yeah, I'm all
Except for
for.
their outfits in this.
Oh, but that's what they
Like
always wear.
I know, but like and maybe I'm just misremembering like other ones we've done, but I kind of generally remember it being all period piece. But
Yeah,
yeah, to
Christmas Truce they did wear period truce
yeah,
piece. They weren't in their usual
and I think the
Sabaton attire.
one of them we watched was live, so again it wasn't a video, but yeah, it was not as a massive criticism, but it was slightly disconcerting because for a minute, like when we were saying earlier, it's got sand. You said, of course it's got sand, and I kind of see them coming over the bow, and I went, "You sure this isn't like a Mad Max tribute rather than like a Lawrence of the Arabia discussion?" But no, I mean, I think it's fair to say that I admire the endeavor that they have. I do really admire that they're trying to shine a light on historic stories and probably drive interest in these things that happened in the past. I mean, clearly there's subject matters that they love, and I think it's often about trying to get an audience to engage with you in those things that you like. And I say an
Yeah,
audience, I think just in general, like when we do this, I think one of the hopes is that we'll find stuff that we can engage in together in a similar way. So yeah, I really do like what they do. I think it's and I'm going to say unique. Yeah, I'm sure it's not wholly unique, but I think it's predominantly unique, isn't it? It's not
Yeah,
like they're competing against the 1 million other bands out there that decided to do historical songs. So yeah, I really do. I really like that concept, and again, especially with this, I think they pack in a lot of the story in song without it feeling weird, because
yeah,
it could do, couldn't it? It could feel like a textbook by song, but they managed to make those lyrics and the vocals feel like a song,
yeah.
which can't be easy, I don't think.
No, it's the thing. It's like with the subject matter they do, it could be easy to fall into that trap of here are facts and the order that
Yeah,
these facts happened, and you then try and fit music around it. But they come with an engaging song musically, and then
yeah,
manage to fit the lyrics into the song with, obviously, as I said, with that hitting all those key parts of the story that they want to get across as well.
it's
Um,
kind of compelling, isn't it? But
yeah,
compelling with like degrees of intrigue. So yeah, rather I go back to textbook, rather than it feeling like someone going textbook, this is how it happened on this day. He walked here. It's almost, I feel like, trying to get you as the audience to then want to go and read the textbook afterwards to find
yeah,
out what,
more.
like, to fill in the blanks. Yeah, to fill in like the absolute minutia factoids that are probably very interesting to them, but they know wouldn't make such a compelling song if it was just a list of dates.
um, I like this one. Again, Sabaton knocking out a song that I like. Not the usual level of bombast and pace that they can have in their
It felt
songs.
shorter as well, or was
Yeah,
that just me? It felt like comparatively quite
it's a
a
for
short
me.
number for something we mocked earlier about such a long movie. We really kind of got the condensed version in this song.
Yeah, I think it's about 3 minutes. If you take off,
Yeah,
'cause there's about a minute at the end of the video is obviously the credits and the
yeah.
end bit, and I think it was like 30, 40 seconds at the beginning before the song starts of the setup. So yeah, it's probably about 3 minutes in total. Um,
Yeah, surprised me. I was expecting something longer, not necessarily in a bad way, but yeah, I really was expecting something longer.
and we did get some rolling R's, not as much as we love to have, but there was a little bit of rolling R's in Arabia, which that pleases me. I love a rolling R.
I
Simple
think
things.
I think for me, I really like the solo. That's the guitar solo stood out for me, and kind of the bridge to get there, where everything is musically slowed down, and I think sort of it was a little bit more vocally, like, yeah, you kind of heard the gruffness in his voice a little bit more,
Yeah.
and that kind of pulled me in. Uh, Here's where there's two things. Here's where, like, you go, this video's going all right. Here's where I destroy us and I get killed in the comments. But it was more, I got quite distracted, and I don't know why, but in the chorus, I just kept thinking I've heard this before, and I don't think I have. Like, and
Mm.
I don't think I was thinking I'd heard it before on this, but it was, I don't know, so familiar to me, but I have no idea what it is. And I'm not even saying it is something that sounds very much like
Mm.
someone else. I don't know. It just got into my head. And the other one, and this is where I get destroyed, and I'm so sorry. And I'm sorry to the band as well, who've written a great song about the story of T. Lawrence, or certainly the original part of the story, and that I'm supposed to get compelled in. I don't know what happened to me. I kept in my head going over the lyrics of Defenders of the Earth, the theme tune from the cartoon series, and I don't know why. I don't know why. It got in my head and it stuck in there, and I was reading the lyrics on the screen whilst saying Master of Magic, Spells and Illusion, enemies crumble in fear and confusion, Mandrake, and I don't know why. So that's on me, but no, I said earlier, I think I really admire the endeavour, and do you know what? I don't think I'd rush to listen to it again. this
Mm.
track sort of specifically, but then I also wouldn't go, oh, I don't want to listen to that again. I think if it
Yeah,
come on a playlist, I'd go, oh yeah, yeah. And but by the same token, um, I think if I'd never heard or never seen Lawrence of Arabia or knew anything about the story, I think that it would have interested me enough to kind of go, okay, let's find out some more about what happened.
yeah,
I think it partially did its job really, really well for me, and the other part, as I say, like nothing bad. I just like, yeah, okay, like it sits in that okay category for me, but
yeah.
with a couple of highlights. As I say, guitar solo really stood out for me.
As I said, for me, this obviously, as I said, I'm a fan of Sabaton, seen them since like early days. This is very mid tier for me for
Okay,
them.
yeah,
It's not one of those ones where I'm like, oh my fuck, I need to play that on repeat like 4 or 5 times
yeah,
and be like, consume, consume, consume. But it's not one that if I'm listening to the album, I'm going to skip. It's
yeah,
one of those I'll quite
yeah,
happily listen to, but it's not. If I'm doing my best of Sabaton playlist, it's probably not getting in it.
yeah,
If I'm
yeah.
only having like
If you can only pick
13
like 10 to
songs,
12 tracks or whatever, yeah,
yeah.
it's probably not going to knock out any other things.
But
Yeah,
as
it was not bad, was it? Like
no,
I know that sounds really reductive, but we have listened to some stuff which we've found bad either individually or duo, and yeah, I think that's a good starting point, isn't it? Of going, I don't dislike it, and then you kind of layer on the things you really like about it.
yeah,
But yeah, not a slam dunk for me, but also wouldn't stop me from listening to more Sabaton. I kind of, I think, unfortunately for me, I think I got a high really early with what I fear and feel is probably going to remain my favourite of theirs. Um, so yeah, I think from the bar they set themselves, or the bar that I got introduced to, I think it might be quite difficult for them to hit that bar again.
yes. There will be more Sabaton. There's a few in the list. Also, if you're here for the first time, we have old Sabaton stuff that we've done. If you go through the archives that there,
We
fill your
do.
boots.
Yep. On one of them ones, take good note of the comment, and I will say irony and sarcasm. Brace
Yes.
yourself.
As always, comments down there on what you think of Seven
Yeah,
Pillars of Wisdom and any other Sabaton stuff. If you want to chuck it in the list, we can put it in the list. Any other power metal stuff, chuck it in there, put it in the list.
on the Sabaton thing as well. Like, it's a music show, so I imagine most people would gravitate towards the songs that they find most compelling from that side of it. But also, if there's any of their tracks that you think, uh, bearing in mind they're playing history, like that is a really compelling historical story that you kind of think should be thrust in front of people's eyes a little bit more. Feel free to go with them. It doesn't even have to be your favourite from a musical standpoint. The story can be enough.
Yes. As always, like, subscribe, ring bells, all the YouTubey things. And until next time, goodbye.